lot of decaying history out here. My last Lake Mead update, we were at 1042. We were 2 feet away from breaking the record of being the lowest that Lake Mead has ever been in history. We're now at 1039.75 or 83. It fluctuates. So we're almost 3 feet down from July 13th. Here's the weird thing. Up until that point on July 13th, we were dropping 2 feet or a little over 2 foot of water a week. And it was going really, really quick. And then it just stopped. And then all the state politicians decided to haggle over the water rights and who gets how much, what's allotted to who, blah, 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 blah. They couldn't decide, so federal stepped in. Keep in mind, these people that are making decisions for us are the people that we put in office on both the state and federal level. All I know is we are in trouble. She is almost all the way out of the water. I can literally walk up to her on the other side now. That's just history sitting there, exposing itself in Lake Mead. It's a shame that it's going to get dilapidated and fall apart because they won't pull it out and memorialize it or pump all the water out of here, dam it off on one side, build a structure around it so people can come look at it. I know, it all costs money, but again, we're the ones who elect these people that make these decisions for us, and they don't seem to be doing it. So Russ here got a phenomenal shot of the boat both ways for me with the camera since I couldn't get over there. And Hayden over there is making sure that he knows what he's doing. Well, it's great to meet you, man. I appreciate you helping me out today. So I have my own production crew out here at the lake. Have a good one, man. The gate where soldiers would run out onto the beach, fully down. This inside wall of it caving in. It doesn't have much time left. And honestly, if things keep going the way they are, neither does the lake. Right now, it's reported that it's at 27% its total capacity. 189 feet down from what it was when I was growing up. Now again, I hiked all the way over here. It's only 92 or 3 degrees today, and I'm doing just fine. I'm not breathing heavy. I didn't breathe heavy on the walk. I took my time. It's just a little bit of a hike. I am a little moist, head to toe. It's all really soft mud right here. You can see where people have walked and sunk, and I'm wearing good shoes. I meant to wear my boots. So I'm not going to be walking over to the boat, but you can see on my next trip over here, which will probably be in a week or two, I will be able to walk all the way around this boat. Now, I'm sure someone will come out here and do that for us, but I'll be out here to do it again anyway because I absolutely love this boat. It's a piece of history that I fell in love with it when I saw it. It's an amazing piece of history, let me put it that way. Look at that white ring where the top of the water used to be. I want to stay here and keep looking at this beautiful boat. I'm actually sitting on a rock that's covered in quagga mussels. I think that's what they're called. I always forget exactly what they're called. But I got to head back. I got to hike back to the car. We got to finish this video. The sole purpose of the video today wasn't just a Lake Mead video. I wanted to see the boat up close. And eventually I'll be able to walk up to it and get right in it. I mean, with the camera. The boat is made out of plywood, literally sheet metal wrapped over it. You can see the plywood on the top. She's a beauty. In any case, I got to hike up over these hills and head back over to the car. It looks like we got rain headed this way. Yay me, that's what I want. I want more rain. I actually do want more rain. I just don't want it while I'm here at the lake. And I'm still wondering what this hose is right here. I don't know if I even got it with the camera right there. And why it's out here in just this portion of the bay. But look at these. Those are the quagga mussels. They are everywhere at Lake Mead. But that plane, which I doubt we'll see in my lifetime, because I don't know that the water will ever get that low, it's covered in them. I've seen a lot of videos about that plane. Divers dove down to it. You got to have a permit, licensing, all that stuff to even dive down because it's so deep. All right, let's hike. There's an old concrete anchor from the marina in days past. I don't know if the marina was ever over here. It might have been. You know, it was a long time ago since the water was as high as it was when we were growing up. A lot of boats out here. Got a gentleman over there fishing. And I don't know what this dock is they have right here. I don't remember seeing that last time. It was probably here. I probably just didn't pay attention to it. It looks like it's a fueling station, but well, not a fueling station. There's like propane or something out on it. I don't know what it's for. We even have some canoers over there in the distance. Look like those canoes in Disneyland, Rivers of America. I've said it before, the main thing you need to watch out for when you're doing these hikes is when you walk through these brush or bushes or whatever the hell they are. You gotta watch for snakes out here. Because that Higgins boat, back when it was first discovered, there was a rattlesnake living right next to it. I forget which creator found that, but it was there. So you really got to be mindful of where you step, especially on stuff like this, because they'll hide under those foam mats. So don't step on those. Stay away from that. I actually just walked up the hill to heed my own warning because there's some of that foam matting right there, carpet matting. We'll just go up here on the trail, whatever it is. A little clear area to walk. I successfully made it up the last hill. There isn't as much debris out here as the first time I walked out here a couple years ago. There was a lot of stuff. There was like lawn chairs and barbecues. I found mattresses, goggles, snorkels. I found all kinds of stuff on that first video. I'm not seeing a lot of that now. Maybe they come out here and clean it up. Now the trail to get here, anybody can do. I mean, if I can do it, you can do it. It's a fairly easy trail. You just kind of gotta fish your way through all the branches and stuff and then walk over a couple hills. I mean, I'm still seeing all the trash out here. Wow. Somebody was camping up here. Now this is the hardest part of the trail walk because you're so up high right here. So you can either slide down this deep hill over here, and yes, I'm a little out of breath right now, but that's just because of what I was climbing over. Or you can walk all the way around. But Rosie is way over there. So in the past few weeks, we've lost almost 3 feet of water, if not 3 feet of water. And you can see where it was. It was all here, it was all through here, and then was out here, over there, overlapping. And that's why the boat is so exposed now. And if it keeps going at this rate, and I say that in the last videos, and then it's just stopped all of a sudden, it'll be fully exposed in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, where you can walk right up to it. And that probably is depending on all the water that's right up against it. If there's but kind of like Boulder Harbor, there was a hill in the middle of that harbor. So the water made a giant pond and all the fish died in there. So that could be the same thing here. So I don't know, we'll see. I'll come out and check it. And just be sure of your footing if you want to come out and do this hike. But like I said, if I can do it, you can do it. It's not that hard. I could go this way, but then I'd fall down that hill like a bowling ball. I bet all kinds of fun stuff lived in there at one point in time. I left over an hour ago to do the hike, but I was over there screwing around, taking pictures, making Instagram posts about the video you're watching today. Yesterday. I say yesterday because you're watching this today. I filmed it yesterday, which is today. Capiche? A lot of people ask how the rainwater gets to the lake. Well, here you go. Through these washes, right through here. And there's all concrete under here, but look at all the mud. This is just from the little rainstorm we had the past couple days, all that. But it's not enough. It'd have to rain for a month for it to make a big impact on the water level. There's always somebody out here when we come over here. This is Boulder Harbor. We've come over here quite a bit. Maybe we'll see a coyote today. I doubt it. It looks the same, though the little bit of precipitation we've gotten over the past couple months seems to be keeping that vegetation hanging on for life. Because I really thought that would be mostly dried up and cracked and broken now, like it was when I first started doing Lake Mead videos. Now, I talk about politics and the buffoons we vote into office to make the decisions for us that are supposed to be in our favor. And I know zero about politics, so don't take my word or don't take anything I say. Take everything I say with a grain of salt, let me put it that way. All I know is there's a lot of things that don't make sense to me, and I'm going to show you one right here. This is the Las Vegas Wash, and this is a pretty steady flow of water that is always here. It's always flowing. You would think with this much water going into the lake that we wouldn't be losing water as fast as we are. And that's one of the things that doesn't make any sense to me. Up to the point where the states were supposed to decide how much allotment each state got, and they couldn't, so then it went to federal, the lake stopped dropping. And you can't tell me it's because Nevadans are so good at conserving water, because technically we're not. Sure, most of the houses built nowadays are almost required to have desert landscaping. They've cut down a number of pool permits they allow you to have every year to put pools in your yard. Blah, 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 blah. But our construction is still going like gangbusters. Maybe not like it was in the 90s and early 2000s, but it's still going. And everything it takes to build something uses water, and it uses a lot of water. A lot of people don't even realize is being used. It took a whole bunch of water to build this bridge because of all the concrete in it. Think about all the concrete in a job site. Plumbers. I'm a plumber, been a plumber for 40 years. We have to test everything we do with water. And we have to test it multiple times. Now, if you build a house, you have to fill the underground up with water, which is the plumbing under the floor. Then you drain that out after you pass your inspection, and they build the house, and you top the house out, and you run all the plumbing up through the roof. You have to fill that underground up and all the pipes in the wall again. And this goes for every single thing that we build in this state. Every time there's earthwork, they have to mix the ground with water and to compact the ground to get it to a certain compaction to even build anything on it. The concrete all has water in it. The plumbers, like I said, we test all the way through the roof. Now talk about high rises that we're building here. Every one of those got to be filled with water. If they're smart on the big high rises, they're using air. But non-commercial buildings or smaller commercial buildings are typically filled with water all the way up. Floor by floor by floor. Houses, first, second floor underground. And this is a continual daily process. And they say construction doesn't use as much water. It uses more water than we use. I'm not saying that's it. And it might not even be the biggest portion of it. It might be the smallest portion of the water being used. I don't know. I don't know how they figure it. All I know is that I'm talking about history of the lake, the history of the boats. The lake is going to start revealing a lot more history now. And it's not just going to be boats. Took 180 feet of water loss to reveal some pretty negative history in our lake. If it keeps dropping like it is, you're going to see a lot more. I'm literally standing out here next to the road in front of Lake Las Vegas. And there's another giant man-made lake right there. Maybe should have just mow down that earthen dam and let all the water go out to Lake Mead. Thing is, a lot of those houses are using water to cool. There's a special, well, there was, back when I built some homes in there, there was a special cooling system on these houses that drew water in and out of that lake to keep the houses cool. And it's not a swamp cooler, I forget what it's called, but there was something like that. Now, there's a lot of us making these videos about the lake, and I'm trying not to be like everybody else because it seems like we're all pretty much making the same videos unless you got a boat and you're out exploring, because people want to see abandoned boats, which is one of the reasons why I showed the boat at the beginning of this video, because it's an abandoned boat, but it's a piece of history that's just absolutely beautiful to me. So I'm trying to make my videos a little bit different, bitching and whining about politicians and where the water goes and this and that. You know, I just, like I said, take that with a grain of salt because I hate politics on both sides. But I also don't want to make the same video, the same graphs, the same news, the same as everybody else. I just want to kind of come out here and show you guys what I see and how I feel about what's going on. And I'll ask you guys questions. I mean, what do you think? Put it in the comments below. But don't be a jerk, because there's a lot of trolls in these comments, and all you guys do is make me laugh. But anyway, that's it for this Lake Mead update. It's probably a short one. Kind of just wanted to see the boat more than anything, because I think that's a good gauge of where the water is in the lake right now. I do know, though, like I said, we're going to see a lot more history, Nevada history, lake history, as that water goes down, if it keeps going down. And from what I understand, it's going to keep going down. We're already lower than what they projected for this time of year by the Park Service. So if it keeps going, we're going to see a lot more. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you tomorrow.